Do you know what this is?
No.
You'll figure it out.
JJ Bag goes Prince or something.
Who knows what's going on right now?
Yeah. Come on, y'all.
Still can't figure it out?
Oh, interesting.
I was about to say, are we about to have to revoke your purple card, Michael D?
Yeah. What mix is this? Electro Mia Bocca Electric Boogaloo Tea remix? Turbo on Ozone? Oh. Breaking Free. Produced by
This is the dub version. Yes. All right. Man Ray for the win. Oh, but the real Cat Up Rock had it first. Somebody knows what's going on.
I never heard this before.
This is one of my favorite mixes. We got to say what's up, Andre. Detroit first in the house. That's what's up. Cassandra came in at number 2 from the ATL. And we got a Hey D-Town to Andre. We got another groovy week, Purple Fam for Real Line the DJ. Got Bonsoir, everyone. From Annie, we got Nick Felden with The Morning. We got Audra with A Beautiful Saturday in the ATL.
Right?
You guys don't have your 12 inches. That's all I got to say. And then, where's the purple people at? I didn't even get my 12-inch out. I have this on vinyl, obviously. Yeah, keep busting a move. Welcome, Kim. Morning, Blade Brown. And then, hey, Purple Fam from TP. My vinyl has some a skip in it or two. And then Melbourne Rush.
You wore this out then, didn't you?
Yeah, very excited to be with Sister D'Angela and Brother Michael Dean. We got Blessings Fam from Melbourne Rush too. So since folks didn't know what was going on, people didn't do their reading. They didn't do their reading. That's all I got to say. And let's see.
Who
right.
did this remix?
You know, I don't know. It wasn't Prince. Thank you, Lee Christian. Thank you so much. That is a really great question. Now I regret I didn't bring my 12-inch in here. It's in the other room. I can't go get it. Maybe my husband will text me. Do you mind pulling out the Jill and seeing like who did the remix on this?
Remix by Mantronics.
Let me see if I can look it up on Prince Vault real quick. Yeah, Bocca. Sometimes they don't. Oh, we got Morning from Mila. We got Morning from Philly. Welcome, Mooches. We got El Dabara. It's always a pleasure to have you here. That's right, Nick Felden. It's time to cop this song. And Kim, Planet Rock, you just don't stop. Does no one have this 12-inch? So this is the Mia Bocca 12-inch. There is the dub version, which I'm playing right now. It is 5 minutes and 48 seconds. And then there's also the extended version of Mia Bocca, which is 6 minutes and 4 seconds. And then one of my favorite B-sides of all time, Michael Dean, is 77 Bleecker Street. Do you know about 77 Bleecker Street? So
I had that on a 45. Actually.
Yeah. So that's the B-side of Mia Bocca. So you got a little piano going. Almost sound a little bit like Possessed.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder, is that piano a part of the original recording, or is that part of the somebody else added that?
Yeah, that'd be a good question.
The dub mixes. Oh, see all that funk she was playing, but she'll be back. But I was gonna say, I think and Dave, the dub mixes almost hit and miss to me. There you go, you back. You was jamming a little hard over there.
What happened was I didn't like Button Anarchists. Don't like it. Sorry, and then my finger flicked.
Oh, you trying to delete him, but delete his.
All right, so supposedly the mix is by Arthur Baker.
Ah, okay.
I don't know who that is.
You know who that is?
Do I?
It's a pretty big name back in the day.
I don't know.
You weren't into hip hop, so that might be.
Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. You know who I was into, Michael Dean? I was into Prince.
Oh, we was all into Prince.
Yes. So I hope you guys enjoyed one of my favorites. I just want to play the beginning one more time because it's one of my favorite beginnings. Just love this in case you missed it. Let's get this started. And then you get. Uh-oh. Okay, Kim is schooling us. Arthur Baker, the club mix GOAT. And I'm assuming you mean this sincerely. Can you let me know? Yeah. And then let's see. Oh, is this, wait, Real Line of DJ, is this right? Planet Rock producer?
You might be right. Yeah.
Okay. I'm being schooled this morning. Obviously, I don't know my hip hop and my Planet Rock. Okay, everybody knows stuff that I don't know. Okay, Arthur Baker worked with folks like Africa Bambaataa and New Order. I love his stuff in New Order. Hi, Troy. I hope you're well. Awesome. I love this. This is why I love this book club, Michael Dean. I learned stuff because I just learned something. I mean, all these years, I actually listened to this. This is something I pull out regularly, believe it or not, because I don't know why. I love this mix. Normally, I don't like this kind of stuff, but it's the combination of Jill. Look at Tanja. Tanja was like, where have I been? He's part of the foundation of hip hop. So you can tell that I'm not a hip hop head. That just became very clear. And then I saw someone say, So Sonic Force, Built for Speed. And then in the Spaceman remix by Babylon Zoo from the Jeans advertisement. And it's pretty funny. It's Prince, man, Ray. It's Prince. So what can we do? Yeah. All right. We'll just put this down low. Yeah, actually, see, somebody's with me. Playing it over the mic doesn't do it justice. It really is a great mix. If you've heard it and you can listen to it in your headphones, not like we're doing it right now, it is actually a really great mix. So thank you, Red Cat Up Rock, for being with me and not thinking that I'm crazy. All right. And is today Happy Madhouse 16 Day? Today? I didn't realize that. All right, I'm off my rockers, obviously. And then, okay. All right, so let's do our housekeeping. Oh, I just messed everything up. So let's share my screen. All right. Week 46 of What Did Prince Do This Week? The state of Prince Rogers Nelson is not affiliated, associated, or connected with the What Did Prince Do This Week book club series. We're going week to week, not day to day. You can follow the detailed schedule at our bit.ly link or the QR code. You do not need, let me make sure I don't flip the expanded edition to participate, but the schedule is based on it. And you guys need to do your reading. You guys are not doing your reading. I can tell because you were a little slow in the chat with Mia Bocca. All
The
right.
beat just threw the sound of the beats threw me off because I just don't associate that with Prince. So I'm like, was she playing some electric boogaloo? Yeah, but that's all good. It's all good.
Yes. Yes.
Anytime I saw the word dub mix on the 12-inch back then, no, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Yep. No, I didn't do none of those.
I like the dub mixes. The reason why I like the dubs is because I'm really an instrumental person. So I don't know
Mm.
about you, but right now I am super digging Andre 3000's New Blue Sun because I love instrumental music.
Yeah.
So I always gravitated towards the dubs because I knew that they were going to be predominantly instrumental.
Mm.
That's right, Jill Jones. Look at Drea dances. Drea is finally caught up with the reading. That's what I'm talking about. And yes, Melvin, Melvin knows in your system, it rocks. It really does. Good morning, Anisha. Let's see. All right. And this will be archived on our YouTube channels at Polished Solid as well as at MDean. Please subscribe, like, and help spread the word about our book club series. I really appreciate it so we can get some more readers in the house. Then we have our hashtag of WDPDTW. I don't know why I love this part.
Yeah, you're right. It does kind of have
Yep.
that. Paying for the s'mores.
Mia Bocca.
That's right, Mia Bocca. And we don't want to go into the next song. All right, so let's get into it. We are in November, and this past week in 1983, there have been 6 days of filming Purple Rain, and we're going to go by scene, so I'm not going to call this out. But something's a little weird in Dwayne's book, and I need to ask him why this is the case because it really kind of messed me up. So if you turn to your books and if you go to page 192, which is not what we're going to read because this is what we read last week. We read Sunday, November 6th, Sex Shooter. Then we read Purple Rain compilation, Monday, November 7th. But then when you turn the page, it goes back to Sunday, November 6th, which is super weird. So technically we should have read this last week, but I don't know why, because I did the schedule actually last December, like I laid it all out. So I don't know why I didn't see that before and why it's like that. That's one thing. The other thing is if you look at Prince Vault, and Prince Vault says that the tracking for this happened maybe mid 1983 estimate. And then it says that Jill Jones' vocal overdub happened in late July. But in Dwayne's book, it doesn't, this song does, it says that Jill Jones' vocal happened maybe around November 6th. And this is obviously an estimate. It's an estimate here. And obviously it's an estimate on Prince Vault. So to make a long story short, nobody knows really when this happened. And then there's also a possibility that the basic tracking of Mia Bocca could have possibly been 82 as well. So to make a long story short, I really wish we knew when this was tracked and when Jill laid her vocals down, but it gets a little shady because we're at Coward Trail Home Studio, unlike Sunset Sound, where they have to do those, like those work orders. But obviously, when you're at home, you don't necessarily have to do a work order. So you can't really, keep up. So let's see. Lee Christian says in the old edition, it moves on to some really November notes. So maybe it's in the revision that he found the dates for them. It says early November. I have to, yeah, thanks for pointing that out. I have to check my original version to see. But I don't know. I guess maybe they did, but it's super weird. It really threw me off. So, my apologies for that. We should have read this last week, but we're going to read it this week. But before we do, no, I'll get started and then I won't read all of it since we're here. We're on page 194. So you want to turn to 194 and yep. And then so I'm going to get started and let me make sure I don't flick. Something's going on with my keypad because I don't want to get out of the room again. So Mia Bocca, Joe Jones vocal, Kiowa Trail Home Studio, Chanhassen, Minnesota, producer Prince, artist Joe Jones, engineer Susan Rogers, and this is Susan Rogers speaking for the quote, Jill had a part in Purple Rain, and Mia Bocca may have been written specifically for the film. Let's think about that. That's just a marinate. Now, Mia Bocca didn't come out until when, everybody in the chat? Everybody should know this. We're doing some trivia, even though I just hope I don't like trivia. 1987 is when Jill Jones's album came out, but then the Mia Bocca instrumental came out before the album because it's in this film called Under the Cherry Moon. So you get Mia Bocca instrumental in Under the Cherry Moon in 1986. So
you know what I always associate when that beat comes on? Oh, tarot cards.
Yes. It's one of my favorite scenes. You got it, Bryant. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. People know Under the Cherry Moon. Okay, we got folks who are in the know. So let's think about this. And this happens with all Prince songs, but I don't know. Every time I've discovered just another song that has sort of been delayed in terms of being released, and I already knew that all of the songs for Joe Jones's album, except for Violet Blue, had already been done before. It just always shocks me. Okay, I'll stop rambling. So Jill had a part in Purple Rain, and Mia Bocca may have been written specifically for the film. Can you imagine Mia Bocca in Purple Rain, though?
Nah, I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can. I don't know where it would fit. That was written specifically for her. It was never intended for him. That's what Susan says. I cut you off. You're about to say something.
No, I was just saying musically, just the core of it, I could certainly hear it in there because the drum beat, the way he programmed it, to me, that sounds so much like that era.
Yeah. Yep. And Lee Christian, maybe because Joe was largely cut from having a bigger part in PR, then the whole thing just got put aside. Well, it's possible. And I love this Blade Brown. It probably would have been background club music in Purple Rain. Yep. I can hear that. In the first draft of the script for Purple Rain, when it was called Dreams, the only track listed was Mia Bocca, which was originally recorded in 1982 or possibly early 1983. Prince had written and recorded it largely on his own, but the inspiration and some of the lyrics came from Joe Jones, who regrets not pushing for a co-writer credit. We were writing, and I seemed to have lost all my sensibilities, recalls Jones, because I remember working on that with him, and I didn't even deal with publishing, and considering my family's background, Jill is related to Berry Gordy, the former head of Motown Records. I am like a total a-hole for not doing something. When asked if she participated in the writing of the track, she replied, definitely. Mainly he was the leader of it, but a small percentage of it would have been nice. It was about my mouth. It came down to that. I was a little shy with some of those things, and I think that he made those things to go with that. Because the truth of the matter was that I had only been with one person before I met him, like 2 times. It was pretty new to me. It's a wonder I'm not in a nunnery. Laughs. Prince and Jones struggled with some of the lines while recording the vocals, and because the title and parts of the lyrics were in Italian, They reached out to anyone local who might be able to translate for them. We called a lot of Italian restaurants to work on our Italian, Jones laughs, in Minneapolis. Exclamation point. We found out that in Minneapolis, it was broken Spanglish they were giving us. All their verbs were wrong. Exclamation point. And all my friends in Europe are like, you aren't dealing with people that are Italian. Exclamation point. The bus boy who gave us a translation probably gave us half Italian and half Spanish. I learned all about that song when I finally went to Italy. And in quotes, you've gotta the verb up backwards. That's the way it's written. Exclamation point, laughs. Status. It is likely that additional work was done on the vocals for Mia Bocca 5 minutes, 25 seconds later in the fall, but plans to use it in Purple Rain were scrapped. A version containing updated saxophone and orchestration composed by Claire Fisher, 7 minutes and 21 seconds, was eventually released on Jill Jones' 1987 self-titled album. An instrumental version comprised only of the song's beat, and Fisher's orchestration was placed in Prince's second movie, Under the Cherry Moon, during the party scene when Prince meets Mary and her mom. And I'm going to let you read the little coda, Michael, if
All
that's
right. Yeah.
195.
Behind the scenes, Susan Rogers was making efforts to gather all Prince's work into a vault in Minneapolis. When I first went to work for Prince, I set up a task of assembling all his tapes from Hollywood Sound Studios, Sunset Sound, and Warner Brothers to get all of his tapes together. We didn't have a vault yet, but what we did have was a company that was right up the street, and we stored all the tapes in their archives. That's what the place was called, the archives. We had a whole room full of shelves and more tapes and plastic and cardboard cartons. We kept the tapes there for maybe 2 or 3 years, a couple of years at least until Paisley Park was built. Their office was only open 9 to 5, but they had 24-hour retrieval. So if it was 4 o'clock in the morning and I needed a tape, I'd call and say, we need carton such and such. And then they would send them out to us. I think they would deliver them, or sometimes it was faster for me to just go and pick them up. This happened all the time. It wasn't a very efficient system, but it was a way to keep all of our tapes at least off-site and safe from tornadoes until we had a vault built. It's the original vault.
Yeah, I love that they called it the archives.
Archives.
I like that.
Yeah, I need such and such.
That's really interesting. Okay. Let's see. I have so we already talked about that. And I put this before week 46 because technically it really belongs with week 45 if the date is correct. And we already talked about 6 days of shooting. And so this is one of the original shooting schedules. Obviously, you can see Vanity is on this, but what I'm about to show you afterwards is the revised ones. And all the locations are still the same. These are basically the locations. And you can see the locations also on the other documentation that I'll show you. But you can see that on Wednesday and Thursday of the week. I'm looking at this now. Wednesday, Thursday. Did I get my dates? I actually need a research assistant. If someone wants to volunteer to be I see. That's weird. Okay. I have to, so if you look at this, it says Wednesday, November 14th, Thursday, November 15th. But here it says Monday, Tuesday, which, hold on one second. I'm such a nerd. So just bear with me. So 14th and 15th in November 1983 was a Monday, Tuesday. So that is correct. But this is off. This isn't actually Wednesday, Thursday. It should say Monday, Tuesday. So whoever did this had that wrong, which is like a basic mistake because I get dates and stuff mixed up all the time. Before we go forward, I like this comment from Blake Brown. That was one question I always had about storage. Twisters are notorious out in that part of the country. And yes, we definitely want to give mad props to Susan Rogers for starting the vault, the archives, the vault. Definitely. All right, so let's kind of dig into this week of shooting. And on this version, you can see the locations on the left side on that blue page. The locations are on the right side. So you can see this is in Western Cedar Lake Yard, Minneapolis on Monday and Tuesday. You can see who the actors were on the third column. All of this as a rehearsal hall. So, and you can see that the playback music is Sex Shooter. So, this to me is when, Morris Day says, I need to see some, wiggling. And Susan and Brenda are rehearsing. And you can see that they're listed here. Susan, Brenda. So we got Morris, Jerome, Jesse Jellybean, Rocky, Mark, and Paul Pearson. And then we have a couple of stand-ins. I don't know who those stand-ins are for. I don't know if they're for Morris and Jerome or if they're for Brenda and Susan. And I love this note, need heaters, crew to wear old clothes, because I think they're shooting in a warehouse and also probably it was cold in the warehouse. And special effects, we got smoke, 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 smoke all the way through. And they have Morris props, question marks. I don't know if Morris had any props. The one thing that I don't see that is crucial for me for this scene is when Jerome is like hitting the lamp, like when so they don't list the lamp. So maybe it was just there.
He smacked it out of that lamp too. I love that.
Yeah.
Edge. All right.
Yeah, that was really great. And let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. It says rehearsal hall over heavy crane must be operative and RR company man also need a scissor lift with man. I didn't think that was all that complicated. Why do they need a crane? I need to go back and look at that scene. All right. And then
kind of do an overhead shot or something.
Yeah, maybe they did. Maybe they shot it but didn't use it, or something like that. I don't know. Then for props in the second scene, Morris tells Apollonia they need her.
What's interesting? At first, I was thrown off because Apollonia is not in that first part because they hadn't really met her yet. And then it says it jumps to scene 69, which would be later in the story.
Yeah.
It says Morris tells Apollonia they need her. I wonder, does this take place? Obviously, this still must take place before the song and dance part of the movie. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, it seems to be like
after him.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously shooting it out of sequence. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to shoot everything, probably in the whatever location they're in this moment, like all the scenes that happen there. But I'd
love to see what this part was too. Like, what was he saying?
I would too. Yeah, because they must have cut this out.
Because we never see this.
Yeah, we never see this. That would be a really great scene to see. And then this third scene, Prince wants Apollonia to leave. There's a scuffle with the boys and Jellybean.
Right.
Prince leaves furious.
Which we see some of that in the trailer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But essentially, again, it jumps to scene 69 and it jumps to 76. I wonder whether there are other scenes in between this that maybe they're called out later. Just curious how that events led up. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you know what they are? They're the parts, I guess, when Prince is on the motorcycle outside looking, and then he goes there, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, of course, all movies are shot that. Yeah, we understand. It's just that
Really?
yeah,
I never knew that. I thought they just they filmed them in
yeah,
order as we watched them.
yeah. We understand. It's just a really interesting knowing that we don't get to see some of those scenes, and that they have been shot. So that means that they could do like a Purple Rain Blu-ray deluxe with like deleted scenes, or or even scenes that were just shot and never maybe made it into any of the edits. And then yeah, with the rehearsal hall, and we get to see a little bit of this. Prince rides up and enters. I don't know if we see him enter. And then there's Bike and Chain, Morris car. I don't know what ND means for cars. Two nondescript cars. Does anyone? Yep, maybe they destroyed them. That's also possible in terms of the deleted scenes. Anything is possible in Prince world when it comes to getting rid of stuff. Oh, I love this, Lee Christian. Yeah, ultimate cut, make it happen. If only the footage was preserved. It does seem like did something happen to the footage, or did they delete it? I don't know. Okay, so this is Wednesday. We're in a different location, which is 121 West 15th Street at Spruce. And it says interior Apollonia's. So Apollonia's place, stairs and hallway. Day in Apollonia follows trail of carnations. That didn't happen, right?
Well, yeah, we didn't see it.
Yeah, I get Coming to America, the first one, vibes with the trail of carnations. That would have been really interesting to see, especially if Morris was also in the scene. And so props were carnations. I don't know what they mean by cover set. Does someone know what cover set means? And then for the second scene, also in the hallway, but now moved into the room, Apollonia opens and closes door. Oh, Dave. Dave does not mean Morris because he's not in the actors working. I wonder why it says day. Oh, day and night. Duh. Okay. It's during the day. Okay. I gotta get my days straight. Like, is it Morris? Okay. So, okay. In the day, Apollonia follows trail of carnation. Second scene, Apollonia opens and closes door. Prince knocks. Dialogue. They split. And you can see there's a camisole. So it seems like Apollonia is wearing a camisole, maybe. You got a room key, glasses, cassette, and a card. Maybe Prince bringing her a card and a cassette, like a mixtape. I don't know. I'm making this up. And then the third scene is at nighttime, and Morris exits. Oh, but this is Morris's apartment. I forgot to read the first part. I was like, is Morris exiting Apollonia's apartment?
The more messy version. I would love to see that.
Oh my God. Okay, let me read this in order of all over the place. Exterior, Morris's apartment and street. Nighttime, Morris exits apartment, gets in car and drives away. It's Morris and Jerome and Buffing Cloth. So maybe Jerome is shining Morris's shoes. Morris's car went down.
Is that all up? I don't stop.
Steam effects, tailpipes, and then let's get crazy. Not instead of let's go crazy for the music, which is interesting.
What's just a tangent for a second? Was that a thing where your partner would shine your shoes? He was buffing the hell out of him. It's like, watch it now. Like, they don't.
I think that in the film, Jerome was more like Morris's valet. You know, like a Bentley Farnsworth, kind of guy. That's what I always took it as. Like he was his
butler or something.
Yeah, butler, valet, kind of. Yeah, his
Morris really like he was hood balling. Like
yeah,
shine my shoes, Playboy.
yeah. And then I love that, Sidnick. Thank you so much, Sidnick, for actually schooling us. We need some schooling. All right, so a cover set, a location, usually an interior, which is prepped to serve as an alternate to planned outdoor work in case of weather problems. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. And then Blade Brown is saying those rolls of film are probably in somebody's attic in Adena or something. They'll resurface for PR Super Deluxe Edition 65. Yeah. That's a good point. All right. Yes, personal assistant. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much for checking us out while traveling, Stone Freak. I hope you have safe travels to your destination. All right. So this is about November 16th, 1983. It's super dark, so I'm going to read it to you guys. Let me see if I can pull it up. Here we go. Okay. I love looking, if you look at the top right-hand corner, which you can see. Well, first of all, let's look at the logo, Purple Rain. Not glad they didn't use this one. And you can also see that Cavallo, Ruffalo, and Fargnoli, is really hard to say those three names very quickly in succession after one another without me twisting up my tongue. But I love seeing Holiday Inn. It just shows you everyone has to start somewhere. So I'm assuming that their production office was in this Holiday Inn in Bloomington, and it has this attention residence, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. The Los Angeles-based film production company of Cavallo, Ruffalo, and Fargnoli is producing a major motion picture entitled Purple Rain in Minneapolis this fall. The film features Prince, a Minneapolis rock star with a large national following. Prince has 2 gold and a platinum record to his credit. Purple Rain is a carefully blended mixture of love story, personal struggle, and artistic achievement, incorporating musical performance by Prince and the nationally acclaimed band Time. That's it. They don't even have the, it just has Time and quotation marks. The story focuses on the competition between Prince and Morris Day, leader of Time, for the affections of Apollonia, a female singer with Time. That's interesting.
Wait. This is the management doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
They can't get the name right.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. This is one of the first major feature films to showcase the city of Minneapolis. Let me read that one more time, slowly. This is one of the first major feature films to showcase the city of Minneapolis. Again, Prince put Minneapolis on the map. That's my personal opinion, and I'm sticking with it. This represents an important step forward for the development of the film industry in Minnesota. Governor Perpek's Film and Video Commission has given full backing to the project. In addition, Mayor Fraser's office has pledged its full cooperation in recognition of the importance of attracting the film industry to Minnesota. We will be filming one exterior scene of the film on November 16th in front of 121 15th Street. The schedule that day starts with the lighting crew setting lights at 4 p.m. Spruce Street and 15th Street between LaSalle and Willow will be blocked off after 5:30 p.m. Residents would be permitted to pass through the police-monitored barricades. Filming will begin around 8 p.m. The block will be illuminated during the filming. We would like all residents on the Spruce side of 215th Street and 201 15th Street to leave on the lights in their apartments during the filming. Also, residents in the front apartments of 205 15th Street on the Spruce side, please leave your lights on as they will be visible. Parking will be limited in front of 121 15th Street all day, November 16th. Thank you for your cooperation in the production of Purple Rain. We also want to thank again Marie Gerber and Park Apartments for all the assistance they have given us.
This is what they gave to the residents at this apartment complex?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hilarious.
And residents.
I would have been like,
Yeah.
If I didn't know nothing about Prince wasn't a superstar back then, and you live in an apartment and you just get, you know how you get stuff on the door. They've been like, who?
Yeah.
The lights on? How much we getting paid?
Mhm.
I've been like, I need to stop. That's hilarious.
This is a really good question. Oh, and I love this, Kim. Yeah, it definitely is giving Black Sabbath vibes. If you know the Black Sabbath logo, the Purple Rain logo does look right here on the screen, looks like Black Sabbath for sure. And yes, it also looks like a superhero logo for sure. And I didn't follow. What did they do in Cliffhanger? But in Anarchist, can you remind me what I was talking about? And Deja's saying, didn't VHS home videos cameras exist then? I wish somebody had a video camera to record the behind the scenes on set. That would have been cool to see. Yeah, that would have been cool to see. And then it says, no Google or Google Maps. If you didn't read a newspaper or watch the news, you were screwed that day. Yeah, or if you didn't get this notice. The bridge scene indoors. Okay, got it. Thank you. Awesome. Okay. So I just thought this was really interesting. I also thought it was interesting that they're telling everybody to leave their lights on.
Right.
Like,
That's why I'm like, again, you don't have no idea where Purple Rain is. And it'd be like if you just got something today and it was, little something's, shooting whatever the movie's called, Up in the Hood 3. You'd be like, I'm not leaving my lights on. I ain't gonna run up my power bill. Like, the hell out of here.
yeah.
There's our amenities. They gonna lower the rent for that. Well, let's go Prince. Let's go such and such from the north side. Damn.
Oh my God. Yes. All right. So let's move on to Thursday, November 17th. We're at a different location, Snelling Avenue between 34th and 35th Streets. And this exterior is Princess House front. And it's nighttime. Ride past house. And there's Prince and Apollonia on the bike. And I love there's a guitar question mark. I don't think a guitar happened. Special effects is wet down. Maybe the guitar is there because do we see? I can't remember. I need to go see Purple Rain again. Princess House, side and front. And then nighttime, Morris and Jerome await Apollonia, get in car and drive away. And then there's a cops and then there's two cops in a cop car. Morris's car with wire wheels, props newspaper. Third scene, exterior of Prince's house. Nighttime, Prince rides up. Here's mom and dad. Enters house. Prince, father, mother. And then props, glasses, guitar, bike chain, bike, special effects wet down, clear cars in front of 3418 to 3426 Snelling. And then fourth scene, exterior Prince's house. Nighttime, Prince roars up and enters house. I remember that. One Prince, props, glasses, bike and chain, special effects wet down. Fifth scene, same Prince roars up, parks and enters house. Parked cars, neighbors. So I wonder if let's see, no guitar because of Apollonia. That's right. Yes. It seems to be a lot left on the cutting room floor because I'm assuming they shot all this stuff. Hi, Dante. I hope you're well. And let's see, a tad bit chilly in Minneapolis while holding a 100-pound VHS camera. Yeah, that's true. I don't know many people who want to do that. And then I don't know if if Sid Nick, if you're still here. If you are, can you let me know what ND stands for? It says 2 N period D period cars. Nondescript. Is that what that means? ND? All right. Next day, Friday. We're still at 3420 Snelling Avenue as we were the previous day. And we're doing exterior of Princess House and street, nighttime, cars and onlookers at Princess House. Neighbors watch. And there's cop, weapons, flashlights, video equipment. This must have been when John L. Did the shot. And then it's like bike and chain, cop cars, paramedic van, 2 unmarked cars, exterior Princess House, nighttime. Apollonia comes through fence and enters casement window. So this was, an earlier scene. This is one I like when they go in through the window. And third scene, exterior Princess House, nighttime, go up rear alley and through back fence, watch mom and dad through window and enter coal chute. And then props, glasses, guitar, question mark, bike and chain, special effects, wet down. Then the fourth scene, Princess House front, night, Princess Apollonia into alley, and more of the same. All right. And then for Saturday, November 19th, we're at a different location, 3rd Avenue between Washington and North 5th Street, and external embankment and street, nighttime. And we got Prince and Apollonia. And I know what scene this is just from seeing glasses, earring, and flask. Like just seeing like glasses, earring, and flask. I know immediately what scene this is, and everybody else does too. And then we got some butane heaters and bike and chain, insert car, El Camino. I don't remember a car. I guess a car is there. Is a car in that scene? I don't remember a car in that scene.
I can't remember.
And stunt car, street to be dry, handheld camera, and stunt car. And rig stunt car with ratchet.
That would play a little different today. But.
Yeah, it would.
That's right. Like, ratchet stand in.
All right. I love this, Blade Brown. Love this. All those nosy neighbors standing on the porch in that scene always bothered me. Thank you for that's really interesting. And then, yep, I love when he says, yeah, freak show. Yes, Gloria, editing is the difference between a good movie and a forgettable one. It's all about the editing. I personally think, Gloria, and everybody else who's listening, I'm going to say this for a record. I personally think that Graffiti Bridge would have been amazing if it had been edited better, because I've seen a different edit and it makes more sense. So I think Michael's it's like I'm not walking this path.
Snyder cut version. Okay.
I really do think it was there. It just needed to be cut right. Let's see what else you guys are talking about, because you're talking about some really great things. Let's see. Yes, there is a lot in the trailer that isn't in the movie. We should definitely cover that and connect it to some of these notes. And Deja says they played people with putting deleted scenes in the actual trailer. Then they're going to get rid of the footage. Yep. And yes, all shots should progress the story. Yes.
And a lot of movies do that, though, with trailers.
Yeah, they do. And then they say Blade says they piece together trailers before the final cut a lot of times. Yep. That is correct. All right. So what we got next? So last time we talked about stunt doubles. And so this is one of the stunt doubles. I don't know his name. If someone does, please let me know. Also, let me know if anyone knows who the photographer was, because I don't. But you can see a better image of the stunt double, because this is the same guy here. And then there's another double for apples on the right. And I'm assuming this is like the barn scene, just from the surroundings and when they take their scenic journey together.
I thought that was one of the barges for a second. I was like, okay.
Yes. Yes. And
Good
so
pictures. I've never seen these pictures before.
yeah, I think they're interesting. I've like back in 1984 when I saw the film, I just assumed Prince was doing like all of, like you, because I was young, I didn't know anything about filmmaking. But it's really interesting to see. Um, let's see. Man says, do you think Graffiti Bridge the movie would have been better with Albert McNally as a director? I thought his direction of the videos for Bat Dance and Party Man were excellent. I think it probably would have been better. Actually thinking about this a little bit more, Prince around the time of Graffiti Bridge, and just he just got insanely busy. Like he got so busy that he started offloading some of his production work to other people. And I think he was like traveling back and forth between like LA and some places when they were doing the editing, or not LA. He was somewhere else when they were editing a large part of Graffiti Bridge. And I just don't think he had the focus because he was spread too thin around this point. And thank you. I was hoping that you guys would enjoy seeing some of this behind the scenes stuff. That's funny. Blake Brown said, I swear Bobby C was one of his doubles on a bike scene. No, I didn't know about stunt doubles back then. I didn't know anything about filmmaking. I just thought Prince did everything. That's what I thought. I thought he did everything. And then Celie says, how about not making the ambulance scene in Graffiti Bridge into a Taxi Express scene? That would have helped. Today, that ambulance would be called an Uber. Yeah, that scene actually is very problematic. And I think it kind of, for some people, turns the film into a bit of a joke.
What scene are you talking about?
In Graffiti Bridge, when Ingrid's character.
Oh, she just hit or something.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. That's
Yeah.
when they got her. It got pretty far.
Michael.
I love the movie. I'm just saying, like, I'm taking it serious.
But I'm talking about, but I guess, like going back to like Gloria's comments in the chat, which I really do appreciate. Like when you watch a film, one of the key elements of a film is the ending. The ending, you can like kill a film. Like if your ending is poor, it can kill a film, even if it's been good up to a particular point. So, yep. Oh, I don't know. I think there's a good film in Graffiti Bridge. I really do. I really stand by my words that it just needed to be edited better. Now, one of the other things that I personally never liked, but I kind of understand as I've gotten older, is that I hated that it was all filmed, the majority of it, almost like, I don't know, 95% on a soundstage, because it's just so claustrophobic. And it's very surreal, which in contrast to Purple Rain, where there's a lot of exterior shots, and it looks real, like everyday kind of thing. Like Graffiti Bridge, and I want to say that maybe Prince did this intentionally, or maybe he did it because of costs, but it makes the film feel almost like musical theater. Like it doesn't make it feel like a real film. I don't know.
It has almost a fantasy
Yeah.
tone to it, but when you go to those outside shots, you're almost you're in the real world for a second. I just like, man, pick a lane.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have mind if it had just been sort of the fantasy tone, and then just stay away from the Purple Rain connections. But it is what it is.
The fantasy tone that really stands out is when Aura, Morris, and Jerome are at Graffiti Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it's super
very surreal.
Yeah. And that's the reason why in real time I couldn't connect to Graffiti Bridge as a film. And I still kind of wish, because I actually liked the exterior shots, but obviously they don't work with the rest of the film. And I was like, why didn't they have more like realism? So yeah, exactly, Kim. Graffiti Bridge budget was that's an important question. And then this is funny. Yes, Lee. I ain't never had an ambulance come that fast, at least not in my neighborhood.
7 corners. They got a little different get down over there, you know?
There was a lot less grit. It needed more of that. Probably costs.
Like it could have worked to me though as a dream-esque fantasy too. It just, you know, I think it was more so if it had a stronger script. If I'm saying the word script
Yeah,
and
script.
character development, that would have been great, but it just didn't have that. So no matter how it was shot, kind of doomed.
Yeah. So is this true that Graffiti Bridge had the same budget as Purple Rain? Is that a true statement?
It looked like it has a bigger budget to me personally, but
Really?
yeah, I mean, look at all the stuff they got in there versus Purple Rain.
Okay. You're probably right. And then Keith says Albert Noli was also a solid director for Sign of the Times, just wasn't given credit. I've heard that.
Interesting.
And I wanted to read Rodney's comment. Albert Magnoli should have edited Graffiti Bridge. Purple Rain was masterful. The shots at Lake Minnetonka were blended perfectly. You could not tell the LA shots from Minneapolis. Yep. And then thank you, Sidnick. Sidnick saying, I don't know the term indie car in movie terms. My guess is that it means non-descriptive car. That's what I was thinking. Probably nondescript. What else we got here? Yes, I love this comment. Graffiti Bridge was like a film stage play. I think you're dead on it. And hi, Sayer. This is a really interesting comment. Prince was a frustrated drama / theater kid. And Celie saying, also, Brother Dean, great interview of LaToya Gaines with Sister Robin and Dr. Laura.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Oh,
really? Thanks, Rodney. Graffiti Bridge budget was 7 and Purple Rain was 7.2. Okay, so basically the same. And Zara said, had P been with us longer, he would have definitely mounted a Broadway musical. I can believe that. And I love this, Eldebar. I always view Graffiti Bridge as a stage musical, more like a play. It feels more like a play. It really does. Yep. And Stone Freak says, check the interview from Rolling Stone. P said it was 7 million. And then this is interesting. Thanks, Man Ray. I read that there was some kind of Directors Guild worker strike. So Albert Magnoli did the dailies for Sign of the Times movie on the down low. Interesting. Yeah, for sure. All right. So let's go. I got more photos for you guys. And these are just photos from the deleted scenes, like the barn scenes. I always like the lighting on this picture and the shadows and everything. And you can see the bike in the back. And this picture in particular was used a lot for promotional shots. But I always like this picture. And same shoot. This looks like it's in the barn. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's probably in the barn. And I remember this cover of Rock and Soul. I used to love Rock and Soul magazine, but all these shots are kind of feel like the same shot. And I just like looking at Michael Jackson, A Week in the East, Tina Turner, The Pain Is Gone, Luther Vandross, Rich and Famous, Shalimar, The New Look, words to the latest hit songs, plus Jermaine Jackson, Tito Jackson, Randy Jackson, Marlon Jackson, Jackie Jackson, Reby Jackson, Kool and the Gang, The Emotions, Stanley Clarke, DeBarge, Beat Street, Patti LaBelle, Pointer Sisters, Cameo, and can't forget about O'Brien.
But what's like at the very top, they got that like, whoa, winner, Sanyo Beta VCR.
Yes, but I thought you were going to point out the Lionel Richie
centerfold. Oh Lord.
Yes.
Exactly what we need.
Exactly what we need. Yeah.
hilarious.
Yes.
I love those magazines. Man. Prince just looks so like almost like an anime character to me, or something like Captain Horlock? If anyone's familiar with that, it's the same kind of collar. It's just that's a cool look, man. Like it's
Yeah.
very interesting. In 2023, looking at that, it's just very interesting.
I mean, but for me, it's very Elvis. It gives me with the collar.
can see
It gives
that too.
me Elvis vibes. Celia's saying inflation must have eaten the graffiti bridge budget. Either that or all the money was spent on that floating feather and the just around the corner banner. That's funny, Celia. I like the just around the corner letters. Let's see. Blake Brown, you would never think they were in some brutal weather in these promo shots. Very good point. And I forgot. I wanted to. Sakari says, was interesting hearing Robin Powers' interview, which is one of the most epic interviews ever. As Michael Dean's Robin Powers interview, her take on Graffiti Bridge makes a lot more sense. It was supposed to be like a musical.
That's right.
And this is a good question. Can someone confirm this? Albert had replaced Alan Lees around the Graffiti Bridge time, right? Is that
I
correct?
think that's true. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Let's see.
But we can't forget my man, who was also a big part of that Graffiti Bridge days. God, I'm so sorry. His name is escaping me. The dreadlocks.
Craig Rice.
Yeah, Craig. Yeah, Craig Rice. Salute to Craig.
Yep. We love Craig. Craig is awesome. Yes, Rock and Soul magazine was a thing. Rock and Soul was one of my favorite. It was like Black Beat was probably my favorite. Did you remember Black Beat magazine?
Oh, I still got some.
Yeah, I love Black Beat. Was my favorite. I love Rock and Soul too, though. Yep, Craig is super cool. And let's see. So I don't know if you guys can see, but these are some wardrobe test shots, and I always love this fit. As you know, the kids say these days of Prince, he looks super cool. Yeah, I'm trying. Let's see. I love how we're going back and forth between Purple Rain and Graffiti Bridge. That shows the power of Graffiti Bridge. Okay. Graffiti Bridge script was originally written in 1987 with Madonna, then Scratch and co-written with Kim Basinger. When she left, the script went with her. Yeah. All right. So very cool. I always love this. And I love just this Polaroid. It's a Polaroid. I love Polaroids. Speaking of Polaroids, I wonder who got those 100 Polaroids of the Love Sexy Sign of Times band from the R&R auction.
Oh, interesting.
Because it's missing from the site now. So I'm curious, like, did they sell them? And these are some more test shots on Polaroid. I love the one in the right-hand corner. He looks very coy. Yes, Brandy. I also wish I had kept my Black Beats. I couldn't keep them because I would cut them all out and make collages and things back then. So I have some scrapbooks with some of the images in it, but I didn't keep the attribution, so I don't know what I got from where. Celia says, props to Brother Dean as a master of trying his best to keep certain interviews from going off the rails, even after the train is in the ditch.
Reel it back in.
Drip, as the kids say. Oh, is it? Is that
drip.
what they say now? Drip. It's not fit. It's fit out. I don't know.
I don't remember fit being in.
Fit was in.
Okay.
Fit was in. Let's see. I wonder how Prince came up with those infamous pants with the diagonal buttons in front and buttons down the side. I wonder if that was Lewis and Vaughn. I wonder if that was Prince or if it was Lewis and Vaughn. And
they said fit is a thing.
Yeah. See? Thank you, guys. Sakia says fit was in, and then Mila is saying fit is still a thing. Scott is saying fit is still in. Drip is on the fence.
Okay.
I'm poor, Rodney. I'm so poor. I think I couldn't. I wish I really wanted to get the Under the Cherry Moon costume notebook with all of the
Mm,
that's what I really wanted. In addition to those
I
Polaroids.
want that white trench.
Really? That's so
Oh,
for
I
so
wanted that as a kid. I bought an imitation one back in the day just because I was like, I want my Christopher Tracy. I'd wear it right if I'd had it, I'd have it on right now. I'd be sitting here dipped with my fit. Like, what? All
what?
this Chinese.
All right, I love this. Was drip ever in? So Kim is schooling us, Michael Dean. Your fit as an outfit can have drip or not.
Okay, now I got it. Interesting. I just call it suited and booted, but I get it. I get
Yeah, the cashmere coat went for 15K.
it. Damn. Mm,
Yeah.
I wonder who got that. Are they just gonna just hang it up somewhere? Probably, yeah. Why they're not gonna wear it?
And then hi Dr. Claw, I love this. Prince kind of did do the musical thing on the low, the music for I'll Do Anything, which I love. I love the I'll Do Anything songs.
Yeah, that coat, man. That's a cold coat because what did Christopher Tracy? Like you said at the end of the movie, Christopher Tracy wore that coat. He went to go see an old white woman, got a fat check, right? And then wrote on it like, I don't even want your money. Fuck you. And gave it back to her. That's a cold scene. Man. That's why I want that coat. Like
Yes.
spirit of Christopher Tracy.
And Scott is saying that 15K is still a little too low.
Mm. What up, Scott?
Kim says, Michael, you get one arm in that coat because of the
Huh?
size.
Oh, hilarious. Probably, right? Put it on.
And Vanessa is saying the cashmere coat was fresh to death.
Yes.
Yes, he did get shot in that coat and Under the Cherry Moon.
Well,
Well,
when you give white women a check back and saying F you, they ain't gonna let you run out the movie repercussions.
yes. And Deja's saying
How
Christopher
did,
Tracy was
how
a
did he do that move when he got shot? I was dying in the theater. I'm like, he's just so bull.
oh.
All right.
Oh, so actually there were 3 made. There's 3 of those cashmere because there's an article from the designer that my husband told me about. He told me he said that he made 3 of them.
Mm.
And let me see if I missed something. Oh, this is interesting. Anybody been up close to that purple trench? Does it actually have any kind of insulation? That's a good question, especially for all the filming that they did outside. Yes, the Benucci. It was a Benucci. That's
Yeah,
what
man,
it
like
was.
blue.
Yeah. And with the little ketchup drip on his lip during the death. Was there a ketchup drip? I was just fixated by the eyes, and I didn't get down to the mouth. Let's see. I'm showing to Paisley next year on my Christopher. Oh, this is funny. I'm showing up to Paisley next year on my Christopher Tracy pimp suit thing.
There you go. There you go.
It's a car. He said I'm supposed to be doing stuff around the house while listening, but I'm too busy rolling. Yes. Oh, I don't know about that, Deja. That I think no one would know about if that was the one where it was actually in the film. Yes, but Scorpio, I love that line. It's my favorite line. We had fun, didn't we? And technically, in one of the edits, we've been talking about edits. One of the edits on the Cherry Moon, it actually starts with "We had fun, didn't we?" and it ends with "We had fun, didn't we?" So that was an important line for Prince because I think that fun was also important to Prince because he was a prankster, and that's the reason why Under the Cherry Moon is my favorite Prince film because Prince was hilarious. And my favorite scene, I can't believe we're all over the place today, but that's okay. My favorite scene in Under the Cherry Moon is when he goes up to where he thinks is Mary Sharon's room, and he gets to the mom and he says, "Pizza man." And he goes in, and it was like, if anybody comes, like whistle 3 times. Like, I just crack up every single time when I see that. Love that scene. I'm glad that they didn't cut that one. All right. So Celie saying Prince said of the I'll Do Anything songs, it ain't my fault they tried to get Nick Nolte to sing these songs. I didn't realize he said that. Or is this Celie through Prince? Let's see. He lived in one ending. They changed it from the audience feedback. I actually thought that Prince wanted Christopher Tracy to die. Meaning, like, I know that there is a different ending. Not that I don't think the audience, I think the audience actually preferred when he lived and Prince wanted Christopher Tracy to die. That's what I've always read about this. So let me know if I have that wrong. Let's see. And then Melvin says that right French
lived. Recut that version.
Yeah, it's Tracy lived. Yeah. That's a good point, Michael. That wouldn't have worked. They would have had to have a different song. So I love this straight GQ. And let's see. Lee Chris says, I remember all Prince's stage clothes were thin and light, but I can't remember any difference to any of the clothes apart from the graffiti bridge leather jacket, which was still a cut off. Let's see. Yeah. I love that when Jerome says that. Yes, it's nuts. Yes, we want Under the Cherry Moon in color. Yeah. So, Sakari, I don't really, I mean, obviously, I separate Prince's narrative films from his concert films. And you guys really don't want me to get into the concert films because I love Sign of the Times live. But now I'm battling because of the Glam Slam show. I don't know. It's kind of giving Sign of the Times a run for its money.
Sign of the Times, the movie is a lip sync performance shot multiple times. So they're really two different things.
I know, but it's so good, Michael.
It is good. I love it.
Because it looks so good. I mean, it looks so.
Because it's shot multiple. It can take the best of each one. Glam Slam is live.
Yeah, it's raw. Yeah. Yep. It has fire. It has energy to it.
And many years later too. Like he's so on another level. Glam Slam.
Yeah. Yeah, but you don't understand. I won't get into that. Let's see. Yes, I love this. Lee Christian, a new proclamation of love and fun from sex, and pretty sure Christopher Tracy says he only does things for love. Yep, that's one of the lines. Love for fun, not for love. Yeah, for fun. That's right.
Things for fun.
Yep.
Something like that.
And yes, an homage to the old Abbott and Costello movies. I love this. Prince stage clothes. He always looked concert ready. I don't think Prince considered himself as having stage clothes. I think they were just his clothes. It's like me and soul food. Like for me, soul food is just food because I grew up down south. So when I came up north, I was like, soul food. Like this is food. This is what I had every day at my grandma's house. All right. So let's see. Man, it's pretty good. No, I'm sorry. I'm going through so many. Oh, yes. I also love this Red Cat Rock when Apollonia says, I don't have a phone.
Is that Brother Finesse from back in the day and like all of the chat groups and the early Prince stuff? What's up, sir? Shout you out, man. Yeah. I think.
And this is also one of my favorite lines with so many great lines in Under Cherry Moon. only confused men wear loafers. I love when Jerome delivers that line. You aren't confused, are you? Let's see. And
Not to start no mess, but that wasn't like a super low key Michael shot, was it? I never really thought about that.
oh,
The penny loafers.
yeah, I never thought about that. I don't.
Probably not. I'm just trying
Probably not. I would hope not.
to give them something to click to. Oh, I make a video about that.
Really? I didn't know that. They found the script for Under the Cherry Moon 2. I never heard that. Huh.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Under the Cherry Moon 2 and 3. No, I don't. Under the Cherry Moon 2. That's interesting. It was Tricky's Revenge.
Oh, so Stone Freak Tricky Revenge. That is brilliant, Michael. Yes, Tricky's Revenge would be fantastic. So Stone Freak says I thought he was dissing Michael with that. So you're not the only person. Did he? So Stone Freak is saying Michael took a swipe at P, and I don't know about this. Okay, everybody's saying Celie also saying I took it as an MJ light diss.
Only confused, man. Weird. Nope.
Interesting. Yep. I also like this line. There's so many great lines. Tell him it's Chinese. One of my favorites is like "Allez-vous à crayon," whatever he says.
That's something I remember, like older black people doing that kind of, like speak French. You understand? It's like I'm cultured. Nigga, y'all know about this. That's I remember the older cats doing stuff like that.
Yes. Oh yeah, Dr. Claw. I also want to know a Canadian tuxedo. I saw that and I was like, I didn't know what I was reading. Here we go. Blake Brown says there's a screenshot of PR test footage where P is rocking a Canadian tuxedo. Hope that footage gets released one day. What is a Canadian tuxedo, Blake Brown?
Now I want
We're in school. And Lee Christian says, I only called them stage clothes after being up close to them as they were all really thin and light compared to what I had imagined his life was a stage. All right. And let's see. Oh, yes. Are you afraid of bats? The one thing that I love about that scene that every single time I see it, I crack up because they're way in the restaurant. Like they're like they're not at the door, but they are the first ones out the door. I always thought that was so funny. And let's see.
I always thought that was a weird scene, though. I was just like, it was funny, but I just like bats.
But it's because it's real. Like that actually happened. Have you heard Jerome tell the story?
Maybe I did and I forgot.
Yeah. So Jerome told the one time I interviewed Jerome for Grown Folks Music, he said it, and then he also I think said it on Dr. Funkenberry's show. But I think it happened in some place where the time was rehearsing, and there were bats. So it's because it actually happened.
Gotcha.
Which makes it even funnier. Yeah. Let's see.
Like rats or something.
Oh yes, this is another great line. That girl ain't got no home training. I love that. That's one of my favorites. Yes, that's French.
Under the Cherry Moon is just full of classic lines and stuff. That's that movie right there. Man.
Yes, I love this Jerome or Tricky line. It's a full moon.
Stay right.
I'm not. I'm not. Okay, here we go. So, why this doesn't work for me? I'm gonna have to. The link doesn't work. I don't know why. I have to look it up later. Oh wow! Annie says I was in that restaurant in Nice last month, and the owner still remembers the scene. That's crazy. That's so awesome. Canadian tuxedo, John Mellencamp. That still doesn't help me. Yeah, this is also a good line. Spoken a couple times for me, cousin.
You can say that one. Bubba.
Yes, I can. Because that was, let's see. Celia says, in the hood, we call that low running to dodge bullets. So I guess it works for bats as well. Let's see. All right, so let's look at how we're doing. We're doing okay on time. And this is another text shot. It's actually in the beautiful ones, the autobiography I saw the other day. It's another Polaroid. I just don't have the Polaroid part there. And this, since we started off with Jill at the beginning of our time today, this is possibly a scene from when she was performing Wednesday. She's at the piano. And then these are a couple of other photos of Prince in the same area that Jill is in the previous one. And oh, okay. So thank you, Kim. Kim is like Canadian tuxedo equals denim jacket and jeans.
Oh, okay. That's what they call that.
And then, yeah. And then let's see. Yeah, Blade Brown also says Canadian tux denim jacket jeans combo. Okay, got it. We're getting so much information today. I'm learning so much. Thanks to you all. All right, and then this is another photo from the same shoot with the mannequins, which is pretty cool, and the glasses. Yeah, it has. I never saw Prince perform at Glam Slam. Did anyone see Prince at Glam Slam, Minneapolis, Glam Slam, Miami, Glam Slam, Los Angeles, Glam Slam, Tokyo? Anybody in here? Yes, I would love to see a deleted Wednesday scene for Purple Rain because it was shot. Love to see that. All right, so we're at the end of our week 46, and just a couple things. So Michael Dean was on the Purple Paradigm last night with Robin Schmitz and Dr. Maury, alongside Rosie's daughter, Toya. So if you go to the playlist for this week, or you click on the image in the slideshow, which is on the homepage of our website for the book club, you can watch it. Anything you want to say about that conversation with Toya in particular? Anything stand out about Rosie?
I would just say that it's great that her daughter's out here representing for Rosie and doing it with class, and I love them. That's all. I don't want to get into
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it's no problem because they can just watch it. So Kim said, I saw Prince at Glam Slam East in 96. That's amazing. I think Kanisa would love to hear from you because Kanisa wants to talk to everybody who went to Glam Slam. And I know that Celie went to Glam Slam as well. Glam Slam Minneapolis. And let's see.
Don't you have the Glam Slam sound?
No, not on cue. Because I'm maxed, well, not maxed out, but I don't have it. I feel bad. But I will have it next week. So obviously Michael Dean did an episode with Damon Wilson, which I haven't had an opportunity to listen to yet. Hi,
Tony
Dwayne.
Dixon.
It's so great to have. What'd you say?
Tony Dixon. It would make sense when you watch the show.
Oh, okay. All right. Hi, Dwayne. And Dwayne saw Prince many times at Glam Slam West.
Nice.
Yes, Michael Dean is always busy because he's always working it like a job.
And that's with COVID.
Oh my God. Yes, that's crazy. Andrea saying hilariously great interview. Welcome the Adult Symphony Channel. Okay, Byron is saying I saw Prince perform at Glam Slam Los Angeles with Michelle Indegelcello, Mavis Staples, and Stevie Wonder. That's a show. Oof.
Yeah, that's a show.
That was a show. Yes.
Mm,
Hi,
mm,
Prince
mm.
Malik. Can't remember if I said hello or not. Brother Finesse says me and my ex saw him at 3121 and at the Rio in Vegas.
3121. Oh, life changers.
Yes. All right. And then I mean, obviously, we're very still excited. I'm still listening and watching the Glam Slam show in particular, and obviously all the vault tracks on Prince and the New Power Generation Diamonds and Pearls. And I'm super, super excited for our upcoming Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe virtual celebration. So if you enjoy our Saturday afternoon, morning, wherever you are, get togethers, you'll definitely be very excited about our December 9th and 10th SDVC, Super Deluxe Virtual Celebration, just like we did for Sign of the Times and Welcome to America. And again, you can find all of the, you can actually find the Bocca dub mix is in here. Michael Dean's podcast with David Dixon, the interview with Toya Gaines with Purple Paradigm and lots of other stuff. And next week, because I had it says Dwayne, Dwayne, I think hopefully you're still here, Dwayne. I actually have a question for you. So in the book, if you, in the expanded edition in particular, if you go to page 192, it says Sunday, November 6th, 1983 estimate, and it says sex shooter. Then it goes to Monday, November 7th, Purple Rain. And then it goes back to November 6th, Sunday for Mia Bocca. And I know it's different. Lee Christian said it's different in the original print and it's different in the expanded edition, but I'm wondering why it's out of order. And any insight on that if you're still here? If not, I will follow up with you via email. And Man Ray also wants to know lots of questions for Dwayne. Did Dwayne see the show with Prince and Stevie Wonder? And Prince is saying, I saw him at 3121 and several Glam Slam shows. Prince Malik did. And Dwayne, that was a typo. Duh. I noticed that after it got released. Okay, got it. All right.
Damn, why you call him out on the show like that?
I'm not
like, I ain't here no more.
I am not trying to call him out. I just want to know, like, why did that happen? It really threw me off. Yeah.
The pressure, NYU professor calling your book out on a live. Lord.
I am not trying to call Dwayne out. I love Dwayne's book. Obviously, I was just trying to figure out what it's just it really threw me off. We won't go down this rabbit hole because once we start, we won't be able to stop, Byron. Thank you, Dwayne. Dwayne understands. See, I'm not trying to be mean-spirited. He's Michael trying to be messy. All right.
This is about your mama, Dwayne.
Stop. Yes, Dwayne, I would really love, you know what I would really love? If you could come on again at the beginning of the new year when we start 1984, like you did last year for our very first show. That would be really fantastic if you could do that, which would be the first Saturday in January of next year. All right. So what we're going to be doing next week, and I know some of you will not be joining me because that is the holiday week, but we will only be reading one page, which is 196. So for those of you who may not be hanging out with your family, and sometimes you can, it's really important to be around family or your adoptive family. So I will be here for my adoptive family on Saturday in case you want some holiday Prince love. So we will read the one page of 196. And then I don't know if you know what this means, Dwayne, but Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. But Dwayne says that would be tasty, tasty to be back on. Thank you all for all that you both do on this topic. Thank you. That would be great. Yes, that would be incredible to have Dwayne set off 1984, the George Orwell year. Indeed.
Mm.
All right. So, Michael Dean, do you want to take us out?
All right. Well, hey, hope you all enjoy the rest of your week. We will see you next time. Work it like a job. Peace.
Peace.